Welcome everyone. Thanks for choosing my video. This is Mystic Starseed Oracle, and I am bringing you the Love Triangle spread for today. And this is for viewers who are currently involved with two other people. If you're stuck between two people and would like more clarity to move forward for your highest good, love, and success, then this reading may be able to bring you some insight. Please keep in mind, in my readings, I like to dive a little deep. And so this won't be a super light reading, but more insightful on what dynamics are at work in your life for your growth in regards to partnerships. But at the same time, please remember this is a general reading, so it can resonate with everyone, but maybe not on every level. Please take what resonates and leave behind the rest. Okay, let's begin. Let's see, I did 2 piles only today because I fear it may run a little long, but I feel like this is enough. The first pile is Malachite. The second pile is Angelite. So take a moment to select which one calls to you the strongest and the brightest. And we'll begin in a few seconds. Okay, pile number 1, Malachite. Let's begin. These out of the way. I'm trying to get all the cards in here, but I'll also put them up to the screen so you can see them clearly. Okay, so for pile number 1, this is you in the middle. This is person 1, and then this is person 2. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, it looks like you're currently going through a rough patch in your life right now. It looks like you may be having conflicts with other people in your life. I'm getting there's a sense of feeling maybe unsupported, maybe challenged a lot, perhaps even backstabbed by some. I get a sense that you're feeling like you have been treated unfairly by others. Yeah, I think you've also lost some people in your life as well. I'm sensing that there was a lot of passive aggressive behavior and a lot of, some betrayal here and backstabbing, just really nasty words. Maybe even gossip for some of you. I'm also sensing that there's just been a sense that your life is not feeling balanced right now. You feel a little out of sorts and wondering when things will turn around for you. I sense that you're very spiritual, maybe a little bit psychic or intuitive. You may have even spirit animals, or you get signs and synchronicities. I also see that people find you alluring, attractive, mysterious in some way, deep. You seem to be a person that's brave. You're not afraid of your shadow self. You're not afraid of your dark side. You're not afraid to explore the parts of you that others may keep hidden or repressed. I feel like you go through a series of transformations in your life. Maybe you have ups and downs and perhaps misfortunes and pain, grief, sorrow, but that you learn from these things and you take these lessons with you and become even a better person and even a more stronger, powerful person, and a person that understands the deeper, darker, sadder parts of life. So you do have a depth of character and insight that people find interesting. So I'm feeling like right now you are going through that. You're going through a healing process. You're going through a purging process and learning lessons in relationships with people. Yeah. Let's see this woman at the portal. This is a doorway or portal. It's like going through life lessons, through pain and sadness and grief, but as a means to know yourself more and to heal and to ascend to a higher level. So right now you're going through that, as you see the Judgment in reverse and the Five of Swords. So you're learning through conflict right now, but it doesn't feel so great. So from what I'm seeing here, a lot of this conflict comes from this love triangle that you're in. This love triangle may be obvious to all three parties, or maybe this is something that you have kept to yourself, because I see with this Five of Swords, it could be a very internal struggle you're having, or a confusion about which person should you move forward with. I'm sensing too that perhaps you had a falling out with both of them, maybe just one for some of you, and then for some of you, both of them. Something happened where you may not be speaking to either one, or you may not be in the best, or you may not just be getting along right now and the best of friends right now. I'm sensing that there were some really strong arguments and maybe some passive aggressive behaviors, maybe some manipulation, some one-upmanship. Maybe someone was being either super judgmental or talking down to another party. But I'm definitely getting that there was some definite nasty behavior. For some of you, it could have been you, because you may have had some resentment. You may have be holding some resentment for each of these, person number one and person number two, for whatever reason. But that's just for some of you, and then for some others, they may have been acting this way towards you. In either case, most people in this situation don't feel like they're winning. Though love is not really about winning, it's about understanding, sharing, compassion, and growth. So I'm seeing, though, that your life sometimes is hard when it comes to relationships, and you have to learn the hard way. So, okay. How I'm seeing person number one. So person number one, we get the King of Swords. This could be a male or female. This is not gender specific, but the energy is King of Swords. I'm sorry, King of Pentacles. The energy is King of Pentacles here. And this is a very grounded, stable energy. And Your person number one is currently actually doing, from what I see, doing really well in life. This is a very grounded person, a very stable person, very trustworthy, a very hard worker. And I'm seeing that they are actually doing well in life financially. They're starting to see the fruits of their labor, doing well. Maybe they have their own business or enterprise. Either way, though, they're feeling very secure and successful. So their life is on the upswing. There's a lot of earth energy here. Okay, and then your person number two right now, what I'm seeing, what they're currently going through in their life. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing that they are actually not going through a very stable time right now in their life. I'm seeing a sense of dissatisfaction with their life, some sort of sadness or depression. Maybe something has recently happened to cause them to feel triggered and confused about their life. They may not be happy with their job. They may not be happy with their family life. I'm seeing a lot of things here that they're trying to reevaluate. I sense a lot of confusion. But it's like whatever happened that has triggered this is something from childhood that's coming up for them and showing up in their present moment circumstances to help them heal that. Yeah, so they're feeling a little bit lost in their life right now. Very connected to their emotions, but their emotions are being dictated by their negative thoughts. Yeah, I'm seeing that they're having a lot of negative self-defeating thoughts right now. So, but what I'm seeing, the way you feel about person number one, we get the reversed King of Swords. And with this card, I get a sense that the way you feel about person number one, you're a little bit confused as to where you stand with this person. I sense that you're a very intelligent person. I sense that you're very logical most of the time and you really think things out. You may be in your head a lot, but it's because you're so intelligent and you analyze and you reflect. But this person kind of has you feeling a little confused as to where you stand in their life. And I'm also getting that this person sometimes makes you feel a little out of control emotionally. So that's for some of you. Some of you feel, because this person has you a little confused, you feel a bit like out of control emotionally. You may even communicate with this person in a way that's more emotional as opposed to logical and calm. I'm sensing that there may sometimes be a spillage of emotions and maybe some intensity and confusion, a lack of control here I'm getting on your emotions. It's almost like you can't help but have feelings for this person, even though you may try not to, or even the way you express your emotions to this person sometimes comes off very emotional, can come off very emotionally erratic. That could be for some of you, not all, but I am getting a sense that there's some emotional erratic behavior here. So this may kind of put this person at a little bit of unease. I'm seeing with person number two, the way you feel about them, you actually have very loving romantic feelings towards person number two. With the Knight of Cups here, I'm seeing that this person makes you feel dreamy, romantic. You really connect with this person, number 2, with your heart space a lot. Though for some of you, I still feel like you may be a little defensive with them because they're kind of a mystery, so you don't quite understand them fully. But at the same time, you're willing to show your love and affection, because I feel there's something within them resonates with you, and you feel like a kindred spirit or some sort of empathic or psychic connection with this person. Whereas with person number 1, I feel like it's like you have this draw and this pull to them, and you love their security and support and strength and steadiness. But with this other person, there's like a kindred spirit of emotion. You're tied in some way where you can empathize and resonate with their emotional state. For some of you, I feel like you know that they're going through a hard time, or they're the type of person that is always kind of going through a hard time. Maybe they're kind of emo in some ways. And it's almost like you want to be their knight in shining armor, or you want to come in and help them, make them better, heal them. And they do appreciate that from you. So interestingly enough, this person, the one that you have these like really sweet emotions for and are really focusing a lot of your attention on, because even though this person number 1 can get you emotionally riled up, that lack of clarity is a little daunting, and for some reason you feel a little bit more at home emotionally with person number 2. But I'm sensing that you guys used to argue and had some arguments or had some fights and kind of left a bad taste in their mouth. Don't see them as people that have the stamina to be in arguments or have disharmony or discord in their life. I think mostly because they're very sensitive and they already have trouble dealing with a lot of the ups and downs of life. But I guess there was something that's for some of you. You guys had arguments before and didn't see eye to eye, but I'm seeing that that's starting to smooth out with this reversed 5 of Wands. Something is starting to smooth out, and a better understanding has been gained between you two. I think you have softened your approach a bit. And I think because they're going through such a hard time right now, they're softening their approach and they're accepting friendship. They need friendship right now. They need support and love. And then for some of you, I think that they used to feel that they were competing with somebody else for you. Now they may know about this person, number 1. I get a sense for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, person number 1 and person number 2 know each other or know of each other for some of you. They may or may not know to the extent of what involvement you have with them respectively, but there is, for some of you, an acknowledgement that these people exist. Anyways, person number 2 is feeling a little bit more at ease about whatever conflicts were arising between the two of you. And allowing you to be more loving towards them. Though I am sensing that they're not really reciprocating as much as you'd like them to, because they're going through a hard time in their life right now. But they are feeling more at ease with you. With person number 1, with person number 1, they feel the way they feel for you right now currently is the reverse Queen of Pentacles. So we're dealing with current energies right now. So currently they're feeling the reverse Queen of Pentacles. Now, what this means is, what I'm sensing from this is that previously this person felt you were either their soulmate or they're a compatible partner for them, an equal. But something has happened. It could be all these arguments and fights. It could be something else. But something has happened to cause this person to be confused and not quite certain if this is the right connection for them. So I'm feeling like there was a partnership here or some sort of courtship that was promising, but then something happened. And now they're feeling like perhaps you guys don't have the same things in common or the same ideals or same priorities, or maybe they feel you're a little bit ungrounded, because I do see that you're a person that's constantly transforming and changing, and you have gone through some rough times. And while it connects you to humanity on a compassionate level, there are times when you become ungrounded because of it, through stress, and you may go into spiritual realms for some of you. Anyways, this person feels that you're ungrounded, and maybe they feel like they cannot build with you. Maybe you guys don't have the same interests or do the same thing career-wise, or maybe they're not seeing any progress in your life that would complement them. That's for some of you, okay? For others, it could just be something happened between the two of you, and now they don't feel you're as compatible. They're questioning the connection's success. Sorry, took a sip of tea. So what I'm seeing here, though, is that you really like the way this person is independent and successful, and you like the fact that they don't need you. I think that kind of turns you on, or it makes you feel like you can rely on them, because they're very grounded. They're very practical. They're successful. They take care of their themselves. They take care of their situation. They enjoy life. You see them as like, somebody most people would want to partner up with, right? They're, moving on to bigger and better, and you admire that and you want to be a part of that, which is understandable. So that's very appealing to you about them. They're hard workers, but I feel like they enjoy life as well. There's very earthy energy here. They like to enjoy their life. Simple pleasures, but even like trips and just nice things, and just enjoy. So of course that it's appealing and attractive. But with person number two, I get a sense that you have a lot of love, understanding, and compassion for person number two. You see their potential, but it's almost like you get pulled into this feeling of wanting to help them or save them, because they get stuck in their own head a lot. They're thinkers too. They're overthinkers, what I'm getting. They may get stuck in their own thoughts. They may trap themselves in their own limiting beliefs. They may I'm just sensing a lot of depression here, anxiety, and so much so that this holds them back in life, and even holds them back from fully being able to focus on another person or commit to another person. So I'm sensing that to a certain degree they can't fully commit or focus on you because they're so focused on their own things. They're kind of failing to see the beauty of life and appreciating, what life has to offer, what you have to offer. Yeah, but something about that makes your heart goes out to them, and you want to be there for them. And I'm almost getting like a victim savior mentality here. It's like this person, I'm just sensing that, you want to help person number two, and then as versus with person number one, you want them to kind of help you. So interestingly enough, this is a love triangle, and I'm getting, you know, these person number one and person number two are totally different from each other, and that's where your shadow self is coming in. There's a lack of balance in what you want in a partnership. There's when I'm seeing this justice in reverse, it's like you haven't fully figured out what is your ideal mate, right? And I'm sensing that there is a lesson here on because the shadow self card is there. It's about integrating all aspects of yourself, okay, so that you don't have to rely on somebody else to mirror back to you the qualities that you admire or love or want to heal or take care of within yourself. You know, I'm sensing that there still needs to be an integration of who you are as a person, so that you don't feel like you have to rely on somebody to take care of you or be strong for you. And then on the other spectrum, where you don't feel like depressed and beaten by life, you know, or you don't feel like you need somebody like that to take care of, so that you feel better and like you're helping and you're useful in this world. Like I'm sensing that there's definitely something that needs to be brought into balance within you, so that you can combine these two energies together and find someone. Because what I'm getting, and I will pull more cards after to get real clear, but what I'm getting a sense of here with this situation is there may, I mean, I can't decide anything for you, and who knows, the future's not set in stone. You know, it really depends on the decisions you make and the kind of healing and evolution you will be going through that will dictate the trajectory of your life, right? So, but as of right now, these are current energies. So if you were to continue on a path of deciding if you need to choose between one or the other, I am sensing that at this point, it would be best for you to find somebody else completely and leave them both. Somebody who's more integrated in these, like a combination of person one and two. But I would say this, it may not last, because there needs to be some definite healing integration within your own shadow self to be brought into life, to be fully realized, and completely happy with who you are as a person. And you would already reflect these qualities within person number one and person number two. But in any case, we go through these situations in our life. These are life lessons, soul lessons for our growth. So for me to say, leave them both behind and focus on you or focus on someone else is not for me to say, because you will be learning through this process. And like we were talking about earlier, you do learn sometimes through hard lessons or conflict or, you know, unfortunately, some sort of sense of unfairness, but it's because you're equipped to handle the shadow self. You were incarnated onto this planet to work through karma that has been unresolved, maybe in other lifetimes. So, but what I'm seeing currently, the current energies between you and person one is, the Seven of Cups. So right away, this lends itself to what I was saying about your, like when it comes to person number one, your emotions, for some of you could be all over the place, because you're kind of confused as to why this person is, you're attracting this person, or you are attracted to this person. Like, you know, why is this person has me so emotionally wrapped up? Why can't I understand what this is? You know, why do my feelings vacillate between, you know, why do their feelings vacillate? Because I'm seeing this is the energy between both of you. So you're both going through emotional confusion when it comes to each other, like trying to figure out what this dynamic is. Okay, there's a lack of clarity here. I'm sensing that at one point or another, or even currently for some of you, that there is a lot of beauty, and there is emotion here, and a lot of it is very like you guys have fantasies about each other, very idealistic, but I'm seeing that sometimes these aren't really fully grounded in reality in terms of, is this a relationship that actually would work functionally? This person is very practical, and although you invoke these beautiful, like, emotional, magical feelings in them, they're not used to this, and it kind of puts them a little bit ill at ease. So they're grappling with what these emotions mean, and they're hoping for a sense of more stability, because that is the type of person they need to know, that this is going to be a relationship that lasts and that works, that he or she will have somebody who can support them in their life endeavors, and they can do the same. This person has a lot of goals and likes to apply them, so they're not super comfortable in the realms of like nebulous emotions, though they're struggling with it. I'm sensing that they are open to it. That's why I feel like they have not completely let you go. They're just in a state of confusion and thinking about what their options are now in life. I'm sensing for you, once again, like I was saying, you just have a lot of emotions, and they flow with the tides, you know. It's hard for you to gain a clear understanding of what you're feeling for this person. Okay, so that's what's currently going on between you. But here's the good news, okay? This is not all gloom and doom, okay? Even though I was talking about finding a third person, that's just for some of you. Okay, because when I was pulling the cards, or shuffling the cards, you know, when the Seven of Cups popped out, so did the Sun card, okay? And the Sun card is beautiful. It's the best, most positive card you can get in the tarot, and I feel like it was a card of reassurance for this dynamic between you and person number one. I feel like there's hope here. I don't feel like it's all lost, so please don't take it like I was trying to say negative, like leave this person. I do feel, though, that there needs to be some healing here, maybe on both of your parts. There needs to be a little bit more clarity. There's some illusions here that need to be released, and that may happen with some more soul searching and some honest communication, because the Sun, like I said, is reassuring. It's a success card. This is a card of illumination, understanding. You know, maybe you finally come to an understanding with person number one after you release some sort of karmic situation that you're working through, which is part of your healing process. Perfectly okay. But this is a card about new beginnings, success, purity, happiness. This can be considered new love, children in the future. So there is a strong possibility, if things work out in a positive way, and you move forward, you will be able to perhaps create a happy relationship with person number one. Okay, so with person number two, the current energy here, okay, what I'm getting with person number two, there's a situation here. Once again, I'm going to bring up that this person number two is going through depression. Now, I'm going to say, I don't know if this is, for some of you, this person is just going, it's a situational thing. Something bad may have happened that's triggered them to go through their own shadow work and dark night of soul. Something about in their family that wasn't resolved in their childhood. But for some of you, this person is always depressed, or always has a very negative outlook on life and on themselves. I'm seeing that this person number two, for some of you, has low self-esteem and doesn't think that they can deal with life. They feel helpless. There's some sort of victim mentality going on here that they have not yet been able to shake. Hopefully that is what they're going through, this healing process, and they can overcome this, because I believe we all can. But I'm sensing that this person's pattern or habit in life is usually they go through a cycle of depression, And I'm sensing that in their childhood, either their mom or their dad or both made them feel like they were useless or incapable of success or of doing things correctly. Maybe there was a lot of unhappiness in the family, and it was just something that they absorbed and feel trapped by. And some of them may realize it and some of them may not. But I get a sense here that this person doesn't know how to do life by themselves. So with that being said, I want to bring up that the dynamic between you is one of, this person is depressed. This person feels sad. They're not dealing well with their life, or for some, just a loss that occurred. And they're refusing to see it clearly or to move forward with strength. And you are sensing that and wanting to help them. So you're coming in as a good person, you know, as a caring person, and trying to be there for this person. But what I'm sensing is that it is, you know, this is, okay, this is the Knight of Cups. This is how you feel about person number 2. This is like, to me, the Queen of Swords, but moving forward with a cup, you know, someone very intelligent, very logical, you know, a thinker, but yet you do have a soft spot for this person. But then we see that the connection between you is the reverse Queen of Swords. And there's a sense of you not getting what you need from this relationship or dynamic, friendship, whatever it is, because this person is lost in their own feelings. Though what I'm getting to is that for some of you, this person, whether consciously or subconsciously, this person is kind of doing some sort of emotional manipulation in regards to you, where they need your companionship, they need your compassion, they need your friendship, or whatever it is that you're offering them. They need it. They need that support, but they're doing it in a way that's somewhat maybe it could be for some of you only, not everybody, but there's a subtle emotional manipulation happening in order to keep you around. Like, I don't feel this person has plans to reciprocate the love and affection that you have for them in equal measure, but they give you just enough so you stay, because they cannot do life by themselves. I'm sensing a codependent vibe here, and they don't just do it with you, but they do it with other people in their life. Like, their partnerships are usually codependent because they feel they need somebody to help them through life. Like, it's not that they're not capable, but they don't believe that they are. So there's a sense of needing somebody. So sometimes it's not coming from the most genuine place of emotion. So I just want you to keep that in mind. But of course, it is your choice. I just wanted to give you the current energies of what is happening between, you know, person number 1 versus person number 2, so you can make a more clear, informed decision, and perhaps, I don't know, gain some balance, because I'm sensing that there is a lot of imbalance here that you need to work, like the karma that you're needing to work with or work through. And we all have karma we need to work through. So it's nothing against you. It's just how you came onto this planet and chose to work through your lessons. I'm getting clearing karma through relationships, whether they be romantic partnerships, family, or friendships. But in this particular case, this is what this love triangle is about: integrating, clearing karma, integrating yourself to become a whole person, and to understanding what type of person would really work best with you. And the more you learn about yourself, and I believe the more you accept yourself, you will find that person. And, you know, like I was saying, you have a sun card here with person number 1. So it very well could be that once you work through what you really truly want, what this connection is, who you are, what you need, and step up to, you know, start living your best life, it's very possible that you have some success with person number 1. I just want to throw that out there. Yes, I'm going to pull cards for more insight and advice to maybe help you along your path. Okay? So, yes, that is what I'm going to do. That's more helpful. Okay, so I'm going to get some cards from the Black Moon Astrology deck. I'm going to get let's get clear on what this love triangle dynamic is all about. What is the lesson being learned here on the soul level? Okay. Taurus, I have. Okay. Interesting. Okay, right off the bat, what I get from learning Taurus, I have. So this is about grounding energy. I'm sensing, I'm going to read from the book because it's an oracle card, but I'm also just sensing that there's a sense of needing to be more grounded and more sure of what you want in life in order to attract what you need and want in a partnership and in life and in yourself. Like, what do you truly value? What do you truly, what would bring you peace, enjoyment, pleasure, an abundance, and make you feel fulfilled, like you are fulfilled in this life? So I think gaining clarity is important here on what you value. I think you're very capable of that because you are very intelligent, and introspective. So Spirit is asking you just to dive a little bit deeper and be very honest with yourself. But you are growing. You are learning what you need to learn. It's just a matter of taking care of your own needs on a very practical level. And that's why perhaps, because this is a Taurus card too, which is interesting. Not that everybody's person number one is going to be a Taurus, but there's very grounded energy. This person is looking for somebody who's very clear on what their values are and what they want from life. So maybe that's why this reading is gearing more towards person number one. Maybe that's you need a little bit more grounding in your life, as opposed to, I feel sometimes when I look at these cards for person two, there's a little bit of toxic energy here. And I think it's like start learning for yourself to understand what is toxic and what is healthy. So I'm sensing you have a chance for a very clear choice, a very clear, more direct and honest, successful relationship. And then but then you're also tempted by a little bit of a darker energy here, because you do work through the shadow for your evolution. So please get in touch with your values, what even understand what you bring to the world, what you are bringing of value to the world, because I see that you are a very valuable person. So just get clear. But let's get let's get an advice card for you for pile number one. What advice or insight would Spirit like to give for pile number one? People chose pile number one. Advice for pile number one. One card, please. Ooh. Oh, you got two. Okay, I'll read both because they both popped out. Okay. So you have Between Worlds in reverse, and you have Regeneration. Okay, so to me that makes sense. Okay, let's read Between Worlds reversed. Okay, the meaning of Between Worlds. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Okay, so that makes sense to what we were talking about. So what it's saying for you is be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, makes sense. All right, Regeneration is number 46. Okay. Sorry about all the noise in the background. It's rush hour, and I live on a busy street, so I apologize if that was distracting. Okay, Regeneration. Essential meanings are rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. And the message here is, the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Okay, that's beautiful. So that's great advice and insight. So I'm sensing that, yeah, you may not be talking to either one of these love interests right now, or maybe just one, but regardless, you feel that there's a loss here. But have faith. Things are happening just as they should. You are healing. You are changing and evolving. Okay, have faith. Okay, well, hopefully that was helpful for you. If it resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you leave a comment, I will make sure to reply. I really appreciate you watching. I hope it helped. Thank you, pile number 1. On to pile number 2. Okay. Put the Angelite aside. Okay. I'll put the cards up to the screen so you can see them all clearly. Okay. All right. Let us start with, okay, so this is you, pile number 2. This is person number 1, and this is person number 2. Okay, so you're in the middle. So I'm sensing right now you're going through, well, first of all, I'd like to say, pile number 2, people, you're very strong. You are very dynamic. You're ambitious, and you move forward with tenacity, will, and drive. I feel like most of your life, you've worked very hard for everything that you have and everything that you've wanted. With this reverse 9 of rods or wands, I see that you have had to really hustle for everything in your life. And now you're at a period where for some of you, you're either done and you feel like you've earned your place to just relax a little bit, take some time for yourself, and see the fruits of your labor come in. You're kind of ready for things to come into your life a little easier. You feel like you've earned it. And then for some of you, I feel like you've worked really hard all your life for everything that you have, and nothing has come easy. But you're starting to feel tired, and almost like, maybe not all of you wanting to give up, but some of you like wondering what it's all for. Like, should you even work that hard? You're just kind of getting tired, but Spirit is saying and encouraging you have the strength to do it, and you need to continue on, because even better things are coming for you. And I think you may know that, or you seem to be a very not only intelligent person, but very, like with the perception card, you are very perceptive. You may have really great intuition. Some of you may be psychic. There's definitely a very deep understanding of the way life works and the way people work. I feel like for some of you, you've had to learn that along the way, with everything that you've had to do in your life, and the struggles and hardships that it encouraged you or forced you to understand people's motives, understand your own motives, and understand the way life works, the way energy works. And you can see through people very easily. You can see through fake people. You don't really necessarily respect that, but there's a part of you too that has a game face. Not that you're fake, but you kind of always, even when you're struggling and having hard times, you keep a strong upper lip, like a stick. They say stiff upper lip. Like, you don't let the world see your weakness. It's like the show must go on. You're very strong and you have that persona. Yeah. But, you have a very powerful, strong, charismatic energy. People see it. You may have like a flair to you, a very, a really nice, interesting, beautiful style, very flamboyant, very bright personality. And people sense your strength, and they also sense that they can't pull bullshit on you either. You've learned the hard way a lot of times. So, yeah. People like that about you. They admire that about you. And that has gotten you through life. Now, in case of these two people that you're interested in, okay, I want to just get some insight into where they're at in their life as well. For person number 1, we get the Strength card. So, I'm getting that this person number 1 who's in your life, definitely they're very strong. Obviously, as the card says, they're very strong. Their current energies, what they're currently going through in life, is they're hustling. They may have started a new business, or they have a new venture, or they're just like really working hard towards something, maybe a creative dream or something that they've always wanted to do. And it's life is asking of them to really pull themselves together and use all of their inner resources, outer resources, and become disciplined. Because this person is a leader. This person is born to be either a boss or, someone who's very in control of their life. Okay. So, but at the same time, it's like they're going through the lessons of how to be a good leader, or how to move forward with their dreams, how to do this with their willpower and their discipline and their commitment and their focus without being too aggressive, or what I mean? Like, they're learning, I guess the word is learning finesse. They're learning finesse. They're very driven and ambitious. And it's like, I think that they're trying to learn how to kind of balance that out with a little bit more subtlety and patience. So they're exhibiting a lot of strength as well on where they're at in their life now. And they're very driven with this, whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, so for person number 2, I'm seeing that person number 2, they have the Page of Pentacles. So I almost kind of see them, they're doing somewhat of the same thing, but I feel like they're not going as full force yet as person number 1. I'm feeling like person number 1 has been in this game for a while. Like, they've been working on this specific goal or venture for a while, and they're just starting to gain that momentum, more challenges coming their way to make them stronger. But for person number 2, I'm sensing that they may be starting something new in their life as well, like a new venture, maybe new schooling. Something in their life is changing. And for some of them, I feel like they're starting from the ground up. Like, maybe their life took a turn for the worst and they had to start all over. They have to start all over, or maybe they just wanting to change a career or something like that. Or they want to study something new that they've never done before. So they're coming in as a beginner, as a novice. And so this is something that they feel they want to do because they've been getting signs that this is the path that they're meant to take. But they're taking it easy. They're more like they're inspired by it, but it's more like they're not as full force as this person. They're just getting into it, and they're This person is very grounded, maybe a little bit less drive, but still, like, they do move forward in their life and they want a new beginning in something. So they're really into this right now. This is taking a lot of their attention. Okay, so how I see you look at person number 2, okay? You have a lot of, like, I feel a lot of sexual attraction towards person number 2 with this Strength card. Yeah, I sense that you have strong attraction and strong emotions towards person number 2. You feel like definitely you're feeling a very physical magnetism, but there's also a sense that you feel some sort of spiritual affinity with this person. There may be some stuff that you have in common that you feel is like real deep things in common, things that are really close to your heart. Yeah, you're very drawn and magnetized to this person. But it's like you have to kind of, like, part of you knows that you have to kind of keep yourself under control with this person. This person requires a little bit more a smoother approach. Yeah, you have to come at this person a little bit more, I don't know if timid is the word, but definitely not so full force, because that's not how they really operate. Okay. Though I do sense that they probably have the same kind of sexual attraction towards you as well. They're just not superly driven by excessive amounts of passion. And I see that you are a very passionate person. So with person number 1, the way you feel about them is pretty similar. We have the Queen of Wands. This person, you feel passionate with this person too. You feel like this person, you have a lot in common with them. You see yourself in them a lot. This person brings out your own inspiration and passion and fun and excitement. This person brings you joy. So there's like a lot of common interests and view on life, outlook on life that you and person number 1 share. And this makes you happy. You feel you can be authentic with this person. I see that this person allows you to be all that you are, that you can be fully bloomed. So that makes you comfortable. And what I'm seeing from person number 1, what they feel for you, we get the Page of Pentacles. And what I get from this card is that they feel something real for you. They want to offer you something. They want to offer you something. They want to offer you, I believe, a relationship. But it's like they want to take a chance with you. They see the same things in you that you see in them. They see you as beautiful. They see you as a goddess. They see that you guys have a lot of common goals and interests and that you guys would make a great team. So not only do I feel like this person wants to offer you a relationship, like to start one and to see where it goes, I also feel like this person also wants to, like, do creative projects with you, like maybe share a goal or a dream or, you know, a business where you two can work together. Like, this person is the type of person that wants a partnership, but like a working partnership too, like romance and work. Yeah. Or for some of you, it also could be that this person believes in your dreams and your creativity and wants you to move forward with them. So they're willing to invest a little bit of money to get you started so that you can manifest your dreams. Okay. So it's a very kind, loving person. Yeah. Because this person number 1, they have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And this to me shows me somebody who's very, very generous. Generous to a fault. Sometimes they give so much and they don't expect anything in return. And that's a beautiful thing. Well, while that is very noble, sometimes you got to give to yourself too. You don't want to deplete yourself, but this person doesn't think like that. That's for some of you. For person number one, like they don't think of it like that. They just give because they want to, because they're generous, they're kind, and when they believe in someone, they want them to succeed, and they don't expect anything in return. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't get anything in return, so that kind of sucks, but it is still a very beautiful, noble quality. Now, for some of you, just a few, your person number one does give to others, but they do it as a networking situation where they expect something in return, which nothing wrong with that. It's business savvy, you know, like they network. So they, you know, they do somebody a favor and they expect a favor back. So I'm sensing business savvy here, and understanding the way dynamics and the way energy works in terms of even flow, give and take. But their agenda is to build a business, or, you know, build their own wealth, or just have a network of people to support and be supported by. Either way, that's this person's smart. For person number two, what I'm getting here from the way they feel about you, I'm getting there's a lack of clarity on how they feel about you. I don't know if you've been intimate with this person yet, or you're just dating, or you're just friends, but regardless, there may be I believe that they do have some sort of spiritual connection to you and attraction to you, but in terms of feelings, I don't think they're quite clear, as we get the reverse Ace of Swords. So there's a lack of clarity on how they feel for you. And what I get from this is it's not really so much, don't take it personal, but it's like they're not focused on romance right now. They are focused on this pentacle. They are not looking at this as a potential relationship, because they're doing something else with their life. They're needing to focus on them, because whatever they're embarking on is something that's new to them, and they are not experts at. So they need to really put all their focus and energy into this so that it's successful. And they're really quite excited about it and fascinated by it. So they don't put the time to try to figure out what's going on with this dynamic between the two of you. They're not looking, what I'm getting is they're not really looking for a relationship at the current moment. Now, we all know future's not set in stone. Things change with the, you know, decisions we make, with the way we evolve. So maybe in the future, you never know. But currently, this person is focused on themselves and what they need to build and learn in this life, or at this time. But I feel like one of the biggest reasons why you're drawn to them is because you do sense a connection with them. You feel like, well, I feel like you know a little bit about their history, and they, with this Five of Pentacles, from what I'm getting here with the Five of Pentacles, is that they had maybe a hard life when they were younger, or they have gone through hard situations in their life, but they've always been able to pop back. Like maybe they have I feel like they have a really peaceful, profound faith in life turning out well for them. And they also, I feel like, have the strength and intelligence to get themselves out of unfortunate events. For some, I feel like they were poor in their childhood, and maybe they came from one parent home, you know, for some. But regardless, their life has been, sometimes they've had some misfortunes, and they've had the fortitude to turn their life around. And you admire that. And it reminds you of yourself, because they've worked hard and you have worked hard. This person, though, is very easygoing, though. I see like, you know, even though they're hard workers and they have this strength, like they're kind of like they go with the flow. For some of you, not all, but for some of you, this person number two goes with the flow and has the faith that things are going to work out. For others, they're just very determined to not be poor, or, you know, have bad things happen to them. They're just good at like turning crisis around to their favor. And of course, this is something that you hold in common, because you've gone through that as well. So I can see where you are connected there. With person number one, though, you have a lot in common as well. So you see their drive. You have the same amount of drive. You see that they work hard. So you guys are very similar. And so what I'm seeing currently with the dynamic between you and person number one, We see the Ace of Swords upright. So whereas with person number 2, you have Ace of Swords upside down. With person number 1, it's upright, and what the dynamic between you two is. And so what I'm getting from this is that person number 1 is very clear about who you are, and he or she really like and appreciate you and care for you the way you are. They see who you are, they see your beauty, they see your all your good qualities, and they may even see your not so great qualities, but they're very clear on their feelings for you, and that they want to move this forward and make this connection something tangible. They are very clear on that. And I sense that you're clear on that too, or at least you're clear on the fact that this person is a great match for you. You're clear on who they are. You know, you guys just have a really underlying understanding of who you guys are, and you communicate well. So you are seeing this as a good love match yourself. Your common sense is like, this, all systems say go. This is it. Okay, on the other hand, with person number 2, you come back to person number 2, and I'm seeing that the current energy between you two is not clear. This person number 2, is not taking the time to understand what the connection is between you two. They're doing their own thing. And I think even for some person number 2s, they're going through some sort of hard time even as well, like even like starting this new thing, that they may be going through a hard time, and it's causing them some sort of anxiety and stress, or they're not going within deep enough. But that's for some. But what I'm getting between the two of you, there is a lack of clarity and of knowing what is this dynamic about. But person number 2 is not taking the time to figure it out. They are distracted with their own pursuits, and I'm sensing that this is causing you anxiety for some of you, because you're trying to figure out why, if you guys are so connected, have so many things in common, that this is not working. Like, why isn't this flowing? But what I'm getting once again is that for the most part, person number 2 is focused on their own stuff because they have to be. And I'm sensing that part of the reason why you're attracted to person number 2 is really an underlying sense of a challenge. You like a challenge, okay? So this is why this person is alluring. You want to know why this person is elusive or not paying attention to you, and you want to win them over. It's part of your personality, okay? You like a challenge. I feel like that's partly it's because I think what you're trying to learn here, or your soul's trying to learn in this love triangle here, is life doesn't have to be hard all the time. Or, you know, like, you've been working so hard in your life and earning everything that you've kind of gone to this pattern and set way that, you know, anything worth having requires work and effort. So you're taking that into love relationships as well sometimes too. And you've internalized that thinking like, oh, like nothing comes easy. So, you know, if I'm working hard for it, it means success. So I think you're kind of projecting or transferring that onto this situation here, seeing person number 2 as a challenge. And you're just kind of like, even though you kind of want to pull back now more in life and relax and receive what you deserve, there's still a part of you that's so used to that mentality and that way of thinking and doing that challenge and that working towards something is the only way you'll feel like it will be successful or you're worthy of it. But you have to understand that, you know, we work hard, yes, in life, but there are things that come easily to us too. And not everything has to be worked so hard for. And it's okay when you've done so much in your life, you deserve love without having to struggle for it. Like, you know, if love comes easy to you, let it happen. Receive the abundance you're meant to have. You know, for some of you that I said that you just kind of want to relax more and let things happen for you a little bit more naturally and easily, this love relationship I'm sensing with person number 1 would be something that you don't have to try so hard with. You know, like, this is a gift for you. I really feel like pile number 1 is a gift for you and a lesson in you learning how to release, control, and having faith that you deserve abundance without having to try so hard. Just by who you are, you deserve love and you deserve to have what you need and want. But that's just my opinion. But that's what I'm also seeing that from the cards. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. But I want to pull some cards to get a little bit more understanding as to what the soul lesson is with this love triangle that you're going through. One card, please. Okay, thank you. Jupiter return, soul benefits. Okay. All right. Off the bat, what I'm getting is I feel like the lesson here in this love triangle, like I was saying, is kind of supporting the fact that, you know, Jupiter is a planet of gift and expansion and receiving benefits. I feel like you've done a lot in your life and it's time to reap the rewards and feel like you know that you deserve it. That's what I get. Let's get a little bit more insight from the book. Okay, Jupiter return benefits. Well, first it says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So I feel like you've worked so hard for all the opportunities that you have, and you've always been, you know, taking advantage of them. But now it's time, like luck happens when you've done all the preparation. So you've done all the preparation, you've done the work. Now allow the luck and the abundance to flow in. It's saying goals or plans you started more than a decade ago will begin to bear fruit, either right now or at least very soon. So, yeah. The Jupiter return card talks about good fortune and prosperity in many areas, not just financial or material, but love as well. Dreams manifesting into reality. And so with this love triangle, you know, your dreams of having a beautiful, passionate, you know, successful love and relationship is going to be coming to you. This is a positive card. And on top of that, I just want to point out that I did say earlier, for some of you, this person wants to invest in you, in your ideas, or have a business with you, or partnership. Like if you've had dreams of doing that, this person, this one that is very clear on how they feel about you, is here to gift you with that. So it's just something to think about. Again, like I said, it's your choice, but that's what the card said too. So it's supporting kind of what I was saying for some of you. So let's pick an advice or insight card here. How to move forward positively for this to be a successful situation. For pile number 2, insight and advice. Insight and advice for pile number 2. This love triangle. Okay, you got 2. All right, let's see what this says. You got go the distance in reverse. And you got clean it up in reverse. Okay, so go the distance in reverse, clean it up in reverse. All right, let's see what it says. I will read it since it's an oracle. Okay, the essential meanings of go the distance. Endurance, strength, the long haul. I will read the reverse meaning. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what is not important. Interesting. Okay, so this touches on the fact of working hard for something, struggling. You know, maybe for some of you, you have felt like you have not reaped those rewards yet. But with the Jupiter returns, they're coming, okay? You will be rewarded very soon with love, with finances, with whatever you've dreamt of, whatever you've worked hard for, it's coming. And this is talking about, so in order for this to happen, it's time to look at it positively and know that You are going to be successful and fortunate, but you must leave behind things that no longer serve you. What is not bringing you joy, prosperity, and success? You know, don't expend your energy on things or people that aren't worth your time or do not give you back this equal amount of effort. That's what I get from that in regards to this love reading. Okay, and then clean it up in reverse. Okay. Clean it up, essential meanings. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Okay, so reversed message for clean it up. Is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now? Trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, so yeah, there may be a sense of you, some of you feeling like you always have to do in order to receive something in return, including love. I feel like with person number 2, there's a strain, there's anxiety here. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't focus on things that bring you anxiety. You have worked hard. It is time to relax, sit back, and enjoy what is coming to you, what all the good fortune that's coming to you, all the love that is coming to you. Focus on yourself, your own abundance, and the relationships that come easily to you would probably benefit you in the long run. But, you know, it is your choice, but I do see some promising energy currently as of now with person number 1. Okay, well, I hopefully that was helpful and that it resonated. And if it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you leave a comment, I will surely reply. I really hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much. Good luck. Blessings. Bye.